What's up, everybody? It's your boy Jason Lyric here at the Lyrics Lounge. And first, I just want to say thank you to everybody who viewed the first one, the introduction to the Lyrics Lounge. Especially Miss Vicky. Hey, Miss Vicky, how you doing? Miss Vicky actually is a good friend of mine, and she actually got a YouTube account specifically so she could subscribe to my YouTube joint. So shout out to Miss Vicky and even my boy Emmanuel and Derek because they showed me love on Facebook because they viewed it and they liked it, and other people who gave comments, I appreciate it. I want to really get into this. I actually just taped this already and it was 18 minutes long, and so I'm gonna do it again and do it much shorter, so I'm gonna talk faster. But what I want to talk about today is the fact that God don't care about sin. Yes, I said it. There, bam. Yeah, God don't trip about our sin, y'all. I'm going to show you how. One thing that bothers me is that when we judge people, we look at them and they say, oh, because they do this and this and this, they're not of God, or I don't want to hear what they got to say because they're not living right, or you got to get yourself right before you come up in here, or because chick is pregnant, she can't sing in the choir, even though the dude that got her pregnant, he's free to do whatever because, you know, he ain't showing and all that kind of stuff. And I'm gonna show you how God don't really trip about our sin. And not only do he not trip about our sin, but he don't really care about it because it doesn't matter. And I'm gonna really tell you and show you why. You can agree and blog and or comment, whatever you want to do. Anyway, here we go. I'm gonna give this example. Mary Magdalene. Okay, here it is. She, of course, we know all about her sin. She was a hoe, all that kind of stuff. Sleeping with married men or men that wasn't her husband, all that kind of stuff. And Jesus comes to her. Now she's the woman at the well giving water. Now back in those customs, Jesus being Jewish in Mary Magdalene's culture, which I'm not 100% sure her culture. I think I know, but I don't want to say the wrong thing. So somebody just comment and put what her culture was because I forget. But what is most important about that is that those two cultures, the Jewish culture and her culture, they weren't even supposed to talk to each other because her culture was more like they were like dirty and they, you know, they just were like underclass, you know, they were lower class and they weren't even supposed to communicate. So when when Jesus came to her, first of all, she was like, okay, you ain't supposed to be talking to me. Now check this out. Before Jesus even told her sin no more, all that kind of stuff, he allowed her. Now let me tell you this. He communed with her. He spoke with her. He had fellowship with her. Then he allowed her to serve him. Hello. Now, in today's, in the churches and stuff, we don't want nobody to serve unless you got yourself together, which basically means that you doing a sin that we can't see, because nobody got themselves so together that they are worthy to serve. But, you know, if you can hide your sin, then yeah, you can serve and do whatever you want to up in here. But anyway, so imagine that Jesus allowed her to serve him, and he spoke with her, he communed with her. Then when he let her know, hey, I know you, I know about your sin and these dudes that you messing with, all that kind of stuff. He didn't do that to embarrass her. He did it to say, hey, listen, I know you, I know all about you, I know about your sin, and guess what? I don't care about it. I'm still gonna let you serve me. Not only that, but then I'm gonna bring you into what I'm all about. I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to give you this living water. So I'm going to get you right. So you trying to get yourself right out there in America land. I sound like Bernie Mac. America, you out there, you trying to get yourself right. You can't get yourself right, baby. You got to have the blood of Christ. And that is why I want to say that sin don't matter, because check this out. I always say this. Jesus Christ died on the cross so that sin could not interrupt purpose. What does that mean? That means he took care of sin. He took care of it, so it doesn't matter. So when you tripping about because you messed up, and so a lot of times when we mess up, we say, oh, well, I'm no good to God because I drink, or I smoke weed, or I'm having sex with somebody that I'm not married to, or whatever the sin might be. So therefore, I got to set myself down, or I can't go to church till I get myself right, or I know God has given me a gift to sing, to preach, to do whatever, but I'm going to hold on to that real quick until I get myself together. You ain't never going to get yourself together, boo. So what you really got to understand is that it's already been covered. Christ did it all. So when he covered our sin, it's so that we can go ahead and focus on purpose. So I don't focus on my sin. I ain't perfect, so I do mess up. I mess up all the time. But I don't let that keep me from singing the music that I sing to uplift his name and to encourage people in the fellowship. I don't keep that from me, let that keep me from talking to people about God, making these blogs, all that kind of stuff. If I allowed my sin to keep me from doing what I know God's called me to do, I would never do it. So stop letting your sin sit you down. God ain't tripping. God don't care about it because it's already taken care of. Why? If he did all of that down on the cross for our sins, why are you tripping? Why would he trip about sin? Why would he care about it when he already took care of it back then? Are you saying then that his blood ain't powerful enough to cover that sin? And that's so funny because we try to label sin and say, well, the blood can cover this and the blood can cover that, but that right there, no, I don't know if the blood can cover that. That's really what we're saying to people when we say, well, that sin right there, that's a doozy right there. You're gonna have to sit your little self down. Oops, I'll start to say something. You got to see, I ain't perfect. You're gonna have to sit your little self down because you got to get that right first. That is the stupidest thing I ever heard. Why? If I could get it right, ding dong, then I wouldn't need Christ. I wouldn't need the blood. I can't get it right. That's why the blood already took care of it. Whew, that joint scared the crap out of me. And that's a daggone shame. I got it on tape, and my sister's going to see this, and she's going to die laughing. Oh, I got this lamp so I can have this light, and that joint fell. And, oh, gosh, that scared me, y'all. Something always scares me when I'm on this thing talking to y'all. Anyway, the point, I ain't trying to let the pillow catch on fire. I'm going to turn it off. Oh, that might mess up some of the resolution. But anyway, so real talk, y'all. I'm not saying that it's okay to sin. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is that God is not tripping about it. And so don't let that keep you from your sin. Now, what you got to do, though, is stay connected. And that's what Christ did with Mary. He connected himself to her so that he could take care of that sin. So stay connected, because when you stay connected to God, then you're able to be used by God. And I'm gonna do another video, a part 2 to this, where I talk about how sin actually serves a purpose. But for now, I just want to encourage you, stay connected to God so that you can continue to hear from God, because at some point God will deliver you from whatever it is that you're dealing with, or he'll help you to not do it anymore, whatever. And it's appointed time, though. Some of us are still struggling with certain things because it ain't time for that to be done yet in our lives. It's serving a purpose. But again, I'm going to talk about that in part 2. So remember, Christ died so that sin would not interrupt purpose. So stop sitting down on purpose, y'all. Yeah, you over there smoking that blunt. I see you. But that don't mean that God ain't using you and that he can't use you. And let's stop judging folk and making them feel like that they're no good until they get it right, because you ain't got it right. Anyway, I love y'all. I guess I love y'all. Yeah, I love y'all. I do. Anyway, hit me with some comments and stuff. And my next video, though, before I do the part 2, I'm going to talk about that Eddie Long, baby. I'm going to talk about it. And I'm trying to do some stuff. I want to get some folk mad. But no, I'm going to talk about Eddie Long on the next one and see what y'all think. Anyway, I will see you later. And I'm going to start to learn how to do some edits so that I can have some cool graphics. Actually, hopefully Alonzo, I'll be seeing him real soon. And he can show me how to do some cool graphics like he does. But anyway, I will talk to you later. And I hope this encouraged somebody. And I hope you got what I was saying and what I was not saying. If it's confusing, let me know so I can do a better job. Alright, later. Peace.